Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the School of Commerce Open Day. My name is Somila Ntinge, and I'm from the marketing team. Joining me today is Sarama Sajana, who is the head of School of Commerce. We've got Shaira Sako, who is head of department. We also have our wonderful guest speaker, Yaku Laboskachny. I've been so worried that I'm going to butcher that surname. We have loads of stuff lined up for you guys this morning. We're gonna have a bit of a chat with Yaku to get to know him. Some of you might know, he plays rugby and he's a professional athlete. So we're gonna hear from him, and he's studying with Milpark. Just a bit of housekeeping on our side. There is a ask a question box at the bottom of your screen. So if you have any questions, please pop us a question there and we'll gladly answer it during our Q&A session. We also have an interactive chat box on the right hand side of your screen. So tell us where you're joining us from and how everything is on your side of the world. We'd love to hear from you. We also have 2 polls that are running. You will see that at the bottom of your screen. So basically, we'd like to get consent for us to be able to contact you regarding application, registrations, and if you want more information on our programs, please vote yes, and we will definitely be in touch with you as soon as possible. So right now, I'm going to hand over to Sarame in a moment, who will take us through what the School of Commerce is about and really where everything fits in. So I'm going to pull him up and just give us a moment. Sarame? Okay, looks like we're having a bit of trouble with Sarame. As I said, remember, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask us during our Q&A section, kindly put them on our Ask a Question box, and we will gladly answer them during our Q&A session. Okay. So Rama says you can see us, so I will share a screen with our presentation and we can get started. Sorry guys, I'm trying to bring Sarame up. Technical issues. Over to you, Sarame.
Okay. Thank you so much, Samila. Apologies for that. I don't just worked it out. Okay, can you bring the slides? Okay, thank you guys everybody for attending this session. It's my pleasure to welcome you. And Saturday morning, you guys, your efforts to wake up in the morning and join us is really appreciative, and we really appreciate that. I just want to bring the slides.
Done.
Okay. So before we start, I just want to give an overview of what Milpark. who we are, and also where we fit in terms of study holding. Camilla, can you please mute yourself because I'm hearing myself now? Okay, thank you. So that you can see where we fit all of us together as a team. So I will start with this slide here. Yes, you can see the top side. It's Stadio. Stadio is our holding company, which is listed on the JSE. I'm sure all of you know a listed company. What does it mean? It means the shares are publicly traded on the JSE, and then there are other things that should be done because the company is listed. And then on the other side, you can see it's Milpark Education. This is where we are. We are an independent corporate entity. We have our own qualifications. And then as you can see, the middle one is Stadio Holdings. Stadio Higher Education. Stadio comprises of the previous entities such as SBS, Lysoft, Prestige, and Embery. All of them form Stadio, which is different from the holding company, by the way. And then the other side is After. After is also like Milpark, they are also on their own. So the reason why I want to show you this, guys, is so that you can see where we fit in. I was telling other people last time that we always get queries from Stadio, or other people come from After us saying we are having this and that. So I want to show you that we are Milpark, we are on our own. If you have any issues that you want to contact with us, or you want more information about our qualification, etc., please contact Milpark. Don't use other platforms. I think by doing that, it will make the process quite easier and straightforward instead of going via Stadio first. So this is a nutshell of where we fit as a corporate entity into this Stadio group of companies. The next slide is us, Milpark. What do we do? We want to provide students with flexible education, accessible support, which are very important. They are corporate-based solutions. I think that is key because we want to create programs that meet the demands of the corporate entities out there. So we have 5 schools in Milpark Education. The first one is the business school. The business school deals with the postgraduate diploma, MBAs, and DBA, which we recently launched, I think 2 years ago. We have School of Commerce. This is where we are currently. And this is where you will be fitting in. And we also have School of Financial Planning and Insurance. This is where if you want to do insurance products or you want to further your career into financial planning, you want to advise clients. So that's where you can also fit in. The other school is School of Investment and Banking. This is if you want to be a banker, a private banker, investment banker. That's the school that looks after that. And then college. Some of the college qualifications will be absorbed into commerce. So in the near future, we are teaching out the college school. So you won't see college anymore. So this is us in a nutshell. And then we have been in operation since 1997. It's been like 20 years ago since Milpark came into existence. And we are very proud, ladies and gentlemen, that we have several qualifications ranging from certificate up until doctorate degree. So what I mean is you can have certificate, you can have higher certificate, you can have advanced certificate, you can have a bachelor's degree in BBA or BCOM, you can have a postgraduate diploma, you can have MBA, and then lastly, you can have DBA, which is doctorate degree. So you have a host of articulation in terms of the qualification that you can have throughout your educational journey with us. So we have offices in Cape Town, Observatory, and that's where we are based. The next slide, Somila. So for us to succeed as a corporate entity, we are guided by the values. These values are playing a very crucial part in terms of how we engage with our corporate clients, you students, you as an individual, also other stakeholders, because I think values are the core principles that make us succeed. As we can see, we've got 4 of them that I just want to share with you very, very briefly. The first one is strive. Strive means you actually make effort to achieve something. So we always encourage our students to put more effort. If you study with us, you will see we push you to the limit so that you can be successful. There will be challenges here and there, but as we can see the mountains in terms of, if you look at that picture of strive, it shows you don't give up. You must climb the ladder, climb the mountain up until you reach the peak of the mountain. So we always encourage our people, our staff, our students, everybody that we engage with, we always strive together. The second one is care. We care. In terms of you as our potential students, we care about giving you support, holistic support. Support doesn't necessarily mean we give you study guides or a lecture in the class or an online session. It is beyond that. From the moment you engage with us on the website, registration, onboarding, attending classes, online classes, up until you graduate, that holistic view of student engagement, for me, it is very critical so that we can show care. That is in terms of your students, how we show care. And then you have seen a lot of things happening in the country at the moment. And us as Milpark, we also need to show to the public how do we care about one another. Learning means we learn. Learning is a lifelong journey that doesn't stop. I mean, I shared my other post on LinkedIn where I shared a story of an 89-year-old lady, granny, who got her master's degree. Imagine you are 89 years and you get your master's degree. Learning does not stop. We learn every day. So we encourage everybody to learn. Us, we also learn. I learn every day. You are here because you also want to learn it's something new, you know. So learning, guys, it's a continuous process that will never stop. That is one of the values that I think for me, it is also very important that we take home from. And then the other one is real. We have to be real with ourselves. Real means if you are not happy about the surface or anything that you have encountered with us, you are free to engage with us. There are platforms that are available so that we have an honest conversation between ourselves and then we take it from there. Being real is very critical because it shows who you are and then you are not afraid to confront issues because you are real, you are comfortable. Okay, so that is that. So guys, these are the 4 critical core principles that guide us as Milpark, and also they guide us in terms of how do we engage with stakeholders, students, our staff, and the public at large, so that we achieve corporate objectives, and also you students, you achieve your own objectives if you come with us. And then let me say, before I hand over to Shaira, that you chose us because you believe that we can assist you in terms of achieving your personal educational goals. And we are here to partner with you in terms of realizing that goal that you have in mind. We attended graduations, I think it was last month or so, Somila, where we were so touched to see the joy that people showed on their faces when they get the graduation, when they get the certificate. All these years, it has been ups and downs. But if you speak about this value, striving, they always push, you know, I failed one test, but can I do better? Up until you get your degree or your qualifications. Ladies and gentlemen, without wasting Shaira's time, let me hand over to Shaira to continue. Shaira will give us a breakdown of the qualifications that we have so that we can have a sense of our offering. Thank you very much. Over to you, Shaira.
Thank you so much, Rami. As mentioned, my name is Shaira Sakur. I am the head of department in the School of Commerce, and I'm just going to take you through the offerings that we have at Milpark Education. So we have some very exciting qualifications. We have our BCOM, our BBA, our HCM, and our ACM. Okay, so our BCOM, we have our SEQA ID. It's up to NQF level 7, so we cover up to 3rd year. And what our BCOM does, it provides students with a wide range of managerial skills in all areas of commerce and industry. Okay, so sorry, Samantha, next slide. So what BCOM does, it provides general business principles, and it covers accounting, marketing, economic, and quantitative skills. So these are all the skills that are covered when you actually do the BCOM with us. Now, with our BCOM, we have many streams. So you can decide if you would like to specialize in a certain stream or if you would like to go the general route. So we do have the BCOM general as well as the specific streams. So the streams that we have is the BCOM with a major in banking. So if you are interested in the banking sector, if you're already working in the banking sector, or you would like to get into the banking sector, right? The BCOM with a major in banking is the ideal option because it provides you with the educational foundation in banking. We also have banking and investment. So if you want to have a bit of both, so you want to cover banking as well as the investment management skills, we have that option for you. Or if you would just like to work on investment management. So if you want to build your career in investments or asset management. Okay. We also have our short-term insurance stream. Okay. This qualification meets the educational requirements for the designation of fellow as awarded by the Insurance Institute of South Africa. So it is recognized by the Insurance Institute of South Africa, our degree, and you will get the designation of fellow. Okay. We also have our compliance and risk management stream, a very popular stream that everybody seems to be going for. And this is now a combination of your compliance and your risk management modules. So if you're looking to be a compliance officer, a risk officer, or risk analyst, this would be the stream for you. We also have our BCOM credit. Right, this provides a solid base from which graduates can operate at specialist or first level management in an environment that deals with credit transactions. We also have our BCOM financial planning. Financial planning is a highly regulated environment, and our BCOM in financial planning enables graduates to be able to operate in an environment like that. Right, like I said, if you are unsure of which stream you actually want to specialize in, we have our BCOM General, and then this will provide you with the basic foundation of accounting, marketing, economic, and your quantitative skills. So a lot of students don't know what they actually want to specialize in, and therefore they go for the general. But if you have a sector where you actually want to specialize in, there is those options as well. Then we also have our BCOM Tax, and our BCOM Tax is associated with SAIT, and we do have a guest speaker from SAIT who will be joining us and chatting to us about SAIT and what they offer. But if you want to specialize in tax, if you would like to be a tax advisor or you would like to be a tax consultant, the BCOM taxation is for you. Right, then we also have our BBA, also up to NQF level 7, up to 3rd year. Right, and what the BBA is designed to offer a well-balanced exposure to the knowledge, skills, and attitudes required to operate effectively in a general management environment. Right? Or it can provide a foundation for your postgraduate studies. So like if you want to move into a PGDP and then an MBA, you start off with your BBA and then the articulation can then, you can work up into an MBA. Okay, in our BBA, we also have different streams. Samala, next slide, please. Right, so with our BBA, we have our major in HR. So if you would like to major in HR, we have that option for you. Okay, there's also a major in marketing. So if you are passionate about marketing, right, we have that. And marketing would cover your digital marketing, your branding, and your advertising. And then also if you're unsure of the specialization, we also have our BBA General, which would cover your business management, your marketing, and your resource management. Okay, the other qualifications we have is the higher certificate in management. Right, your higher certificate in management is an entry level, the post-school higher education qualification, right? And what it does is that it equips you for a junior management role. So if you are already working and you would like to formalize the skills and the knowledge that you need to be as part of junior management, then you can enroll for the HCM. Right? Or if you're a school leaver and you would want a higher certificate or a diploma that would get you into a BCOM or a BBA, then you can also opt for the higher certificate. The other qualification we have is the ACM, the Advanced Certificate in Management. Right, the advanced certificate in management is after you've completed the higher certificate in management, you can then move on to do the advanced certificate in management, right? And what the advanced certificate in management does, it will enable you to maximize the benefits of sound and technical cognitive leadership. Okay, so if you want to further your education after you've done a higher certificate, you can then move on to advanced certificate, and this is where you would enhance your knowledge in general management, right? Or if you are employed and you want to formalize the skills and and the knowledge attributes needed to effectively operate in a middle management position. So your HCM is for junior management, whereas your ACM is now if you want to operate in a middle management environment. Okay, so we have very exciting qualifications, right? Please get in touch with us if you want to find out further about our qualifications. If you want some guidance as to what qualification you think would best suit you, please let us know. And then without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Annelie, who's our guest speaker from SAIT, so that she can talk to us a bit more about the SAIT qualification.
Thank you very much, Shara. I'm bringing in Annelie. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to that and the different streams that you guys can apply to. I think it's very exciting that we have a vast things to choose from. Here's Annelie from SAIT, and she will tell us more about our accreditation and how it will benefit you as a student. So over to you, Annelie.
Hi guys, it's very nice to be here today. Thank you very much for allowing me the opportunity to share with you. I'm quickly going to share my screen and then I will share with you our presentation. I just want to touch on one thing that Sarami said, and that is with regards to your values, one of which is to strive. And I am really convinced that Milpark Education doesn't just ask of the students to strive, but that they themselves also strive. And I've got a reason for saying that, and that is that Milpark Education is one of the few educational institutions that have been accredited by the South African Institute of Taxation on our tax technician qualification. Now, what does that mean? That means that through a process of reviewing the curriculum that is being presented in your BCOM taxation degree, that we have found the competencies that you guys teach your students to be significant and enough to allow your students entry into the SAIT tax technician program. Okay, so one of the few educational institutions in South Africa. So hats off to Milpark, and not just that, they prove that they live their values of strive. Now, we are talking about them. Here is a representative of the South African Institute for Taxation. And what the South African Institute for Taxation is a professional body of more than 10,000 members who are all tax specialists. Now, you might want to know what a professional body is, but a professional body is actually a organization with individual members practicing a profession or an occupation. And why a professional body is important is that it provides oversight for all of the members to this professional body. Now, if you are a part of a professional body, all of a sudden you are awarded a specific designation. Now, a lot of you might be familiar with the designation Chartered Accountant SA or CASA. And just similar to that, the SAIT professional designations that they offer is Tax Advisor SA, which is for NQF level 8 and above, and then more specifically focused to Milpark, Tax Technician. And why is a designation important? What's the difference between a student who studied BCom Tax and the student that actually studied BCom Tax but got the designation? The difference lies in a 3-year training program that you undertake as part of obtaining that designation. So once you are finished with your BCOM taxation studies, you will enter into a formal training program at a training provider, and that can be a tax firm or an accounting firm, or it can be in a company itself. And for 3 years, you get pumped with a lot of information how to practically apply this knowledge, so that at the end of this 3-year cycle, you go and write an exam, an entry exam. And once you pass that entry exam, you can call yourself a tax technician SA, and you have got that designation. So that is what we mean by designation. Okay. Now, I just want to interject myself here, or interrupt myself here, to say that it is taxation is a very good career prospect for you. In South Africa, Facet annually releases the top 10 scarce skill list, and taxation is one of the top 10 scarce skills in South Africa. Now, what does that mean? It means that the potential for employment, if you pursue a career in taxation, is just that much greater. So you can also go and look on the Facet website and look at the other professions that are top 10 scarce skills. The one that is the highest in terms of top 10 scarce skills is accounting and auditing. So just as a matter of fact. Okay, so about SAIT. SAIT is the largest professional tax body in South Africa. We provide assistance to SARS and to all of our member communities for policy negotiation with SARS. So what does that mean again is if there's a new section of the Act that SARS wants to promulgate, they will ask for input from all of the stakeholders. And because SAIT is such a big organization, we have a seat at the table in order to discuss with SARS and also with government. Okay. Now, also we are registered with SAQA, the South African Qualifications Authority, so there's credibility to this designation. I'm not just giving you a designation and it doesn't mean anything. This is governed by SAQA. Okay, I want to briefly just touch on tax designation and membership levels. The first membership level that we have is the tax technician, where you are able to gain entry with an NQF 5. That's your first year of studies towards a degree. But then you have to have at least 5 years experience in the last 7 years. So as part of our recognition of prior learning, we will give you credits if you have shown and are able to show extensive experience in the taxation field. Okay. The other route that you can follow is to come in with at least an NQF 6, NQF 7 in your case, and then you will follow that 3 years structured workplace experience. Remember, as I started saying right at the beginning, Milpark, in terms of our knowledge competency, has already been accredited. So your knowledge that you're getting at Milpark has been accepted by SAIT as being sufficient to fulfill the knowledge requirement of obtaining your designation. Okay, then we have a general tax practitioner, NQF 7, and a tax advisor, NQF 8, which is our highest designation. I just want to say one last thing on this slide, and that is you might also wonder why a designation is important. In taxation, you are only allowed to sign off tax returns for clients. So if your idea and your career prospect is you'd like to have your own business, accounting and taxation, you are only allowed to sign off tax returns that you submit on behalf of a client if you are what they call a tax practitioner. Okay. And in order to be a tax practitioner, you have to belong to a professional body that is accredited again by SARS, South African Revenue Service. So a tax technician designation is of critical importance if you would like one day to have your own small practice, accounting, taxation, and you sign off and complete other clients' tax returns. Okay. Then if I just continue here, what do we offer? We offer obviously professional body membership, like I was saying, where your SARS membership or your SARS practitioner number is extremely important. We offer accredited qualifications, and then also for the tax technician and the tax professional and that's each one's NQF entry. Okay, sorry, that's the entry level criteria, NQF4 and NQF7. And then again, just showing where we position ourselves in terms of the NQF levels. Tax technician entry level is NQF6, and then tax professional, of course, is an NQF8. And just our last slide is showing that these are all our membership firms: KPMG, Hollard, SARS. We have a very big contract now with SARS in order to train a number of students that are being trained towards the state tax professional designation. So it is a very, very good option for you guys if you wish to, if you have got a liking for math and accounting. Taxation is definitely an option for you. And in order just to elevate your yourself and elevate your marketability out there, a designation will, of course, be of extreme importance and value. And yeah, that is from my side. Thank you very much. I don't know if there's any questions. Would you like me to stick around to just hear any of your questions?
Yes, please, Annalie, if you could stick around just in case there are questions. Thank you very much. So that was Annalie from SAIT, and I hope that you guys have gotten the information that you needed. And please, if you do have questions, we do have an ask a question box where you can pop in all your questions, and Annalie will be around to answer them, as well as registration and application questions that you might have. We have our PMs, we've got our school academics. They will be here to answer your questions. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call on Motlhale Khomo, who is a senior program manager within the School of Commerce. She will tell you basically her staff component, who you'll be in touch with once you register and once you are part of Milpark, and the support that we have available for you guys. So I'm calling Motlhale Khomo on screen.